What up, people? Terror Tuesday is upon us again. The third installment of my little series, Terror Tuesday, where I show you a couple movies that are of the horror genre, scary movies that are full of either gore or suspense or whatever. I got 3 movies for you guys, so hopefully, if you're looking for something to watch, my little recommendations or my little reviews here will push you towards watching these movies. This first one here isn't really scary. It's more disturbing, I think, just the whole gist of it. It stars Colin Hanks and Anna Claudia Talencone. I don't know, I hopefully pronounced that right. But it's called Alone with Her. This one is a stalker kind of movie, kind of deal. I remember when I first got it, I did a nice little review. I got this a few years ago. But Colin Farrell plays this guy Doug, who's a pretty messed up guy. I guess he's not really good with women. So pretty much what he does is he sees this girl, Anna, her character, and pretty much falls in love with her. And what he does is stalk her any way he can, kind of deal. Follows her around, takes videos and such, and pretty much finds out everything he can about her. And then one day runs into her by mistake, and pretty much, he knows her whole life, what she likes, what she doesn't like. So pretty much he has her because, he says what she wants to hear and such, and pretty much they start talking and they start dating, and then he shows his pretty much psychotic side. Like I said, this isn't really scary as much as just disturbing. Like, it's one of those things where it's just like how far people will go to fall in love or whatever, because there's always stalkers around, and this one just takes it to the next extreme kind of deal. This one here, I see people talk about it, but it's kind of low. Like, it seems like it's getting a bigger following. But when I first saw it, I love this movie. I've talked about it many times in a couple videos. I got all 3. I got the third one a couple weeks ago. But this one is Hatchet. Story about Victor Crowley. I guess it's Louisiana or something. But in the beginning, he's messed up. Like, he's disfigured and such, so the kids make fun of him. And in the beginning, you see that all these kids go to his house, and pretty much somehow a fire starts. One of the kids has a gas tank or something, and the house blows up. And they say that his ghost still haunts this little bayou kind of deal. And in the beginning, you see a family, a father and a son. The father played by Freddy Krueger, what's his name? No, I can't even think of his name. Wow. Robert Englund, that's what it is. Robert Englund. He's in it for a short period, not the whole movie. But anyway, this Victor Crowley character, he ends up killing off the 2 people, and the daughter ends up going on this charter boat that they bring through. This one guy runs it, where they go through this area where he's supposed to be, and it's actually against the law. No one's supposed to go over there, but somehow this boat breaks down exactly where it happens, and it's a whole bunch of tourists there. I think there's 8 people or around that end up having to now survive because they're right next to this house. It's a funny movie. It's not really hilarious, but there are funny scenes, and just the different ways that he kills people in this is what really caught my fancy for it. Usually in everything you get people getting stabbed or shot or whatever, and this one, just the different death scenes caught my eye, and I like it a lot. So Hatchet, there's Hatchet 2 and Hatchet 3. I'd say check them all out. They are really entertaining, I think. And this last one is a cult classic. I remember when I first saw this, I was really young, and then I would tell people about it, and just my stories about it. Unless you saw it, it sounds totally made up and totally fake. But this one, a lot of people love this. I think if you've seen it, it's one of those things where you'd immediately fall for it. I think, and that's Killer Klowns from Outer Space. Well, pretty much these clowns, they come down in this circus tent kind of spaceship land, and they terrorize this town. And to live or whatever, they harvest the people and they put them into cotton candy. They roll them up in this cotton candy like thing, and they take straws, big straws, and they suck out everything that's in there. And that's one crazy thing. Then you got this one clown ends up going into this alley, one of my favorite parts, and he does these crazy like puppet shows or shadow puppets. And if you've seen it, you know what happens. If not, I don't want to give anything away. But then you've got these little things that it's like popcorn in the beginning, and then they grow into these like mini clown heads kind of deal. It's a very interesting story. Well, it's pretty crazy and far-fetched. And then the only way to kill these clowns is to pop their nose. Yes, you have to pop their big red noses. You have to pop them. And that is how you kill these clowns. So when I was younger and I told people about this story about cotton candy and popping their nose, people looked at me like I had 15 heads. But if you watch the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But that is a nice little cult classic. I think a lot of people know about it or have seen it. If you haven't seen it, I'd say watch it. It's one of those classic. I forget what year it came out. I think it was late 80s, 1988. So it's one of those 80s horror movies. The music is funny and such. And it's just a fun watch. So those three are my Terror Tuesday picks this week. If you can tell behind me, if you look at my old videos, that big shelf right behind me right there, it used to be for my comedies, but I switched my whole collection around for those. I know collectors, most of the time they switch stuff around and they want to make it look different or look better. So I redid my whole collection. So sooner or later I'm gonna do a nice little overview. Like I say, if you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. If you have anything to say, comment below. Most of all, subscribe. I got a fan page on Facebook. I got a group page on Facebook. I got a Twitter. I'll probably start putting my Instagram on here too. I see some people do that. I got an Instagram, and I'm gonna try to start doing some Vines or something or other. You know, social media is now booming with all this stuff, so try to get my name out there, try to do whatever. And until next time, I'll see you.